Hi, my name is Donna Karlin. I am better known as the Shadow Coach. I run the School of Shadow Coaching. I've been working in this field for 33 years, work with people in very turbulent environments, everything from military, security, intelligence, emergency response centers, corporate hostile takeovers, anything that's volatile, absolutely turbulent. I'm in the middle of that, not only accompanying my clients through their days, but working with their deepest shadows and anything that they're filtering their decision making through that is standing in their way for being reflective as opposed to reactive. And I not only love this work, but I love to see the results that I get. I'm always maintaining our clients getting what they want or what they think they could get. And I think that that is the tension between what most of coaching brings to the table as opposed to those who really target how they're going to be doing their work that best benefits the client. That's what I really spoke about in the podcast. We looked at what is shadow coaching, who do I do this with, how do I know that it's effective, and who are some of the key people that I've worked with that this has created huge shifts for, which to me is the biggest gift of all. I also work with the TED community and Unreasonable Institute and Starting Block, and these are the fellows that are working on projects that are going to be changing the world. My job is to get them to be mainstream and get out of their own way, so to acknowledge their fears, their insecurities, anything that is stopping them from flying. So that to me is the play part of the work that I do, but it's all under the shadow coaching hat, so to speak.
Can you give us one or two brief examples of a shadow coaching assignment and some impact?
One of them was working with the head of the Afghanistan task force quite a few years ago when it was first formed, to look at what the intensity brought to an organization or a group of people within an organization that had a more regular kind of job. This was a 24/7 thing. It was looking at who are the key people that we need to have on point to make very split-second decisions, and looking at the drivers behind the behaviors that they chose these people because of, and then realizing that they would burn out very, very quickly. So to identify people in small little pods or small little teams to rotate in and out, always remain emotionally, mentally healthy so that they could work at the speed of light and never burn out, because they always knew that somebody had their backs. So that was phenomenal. Another very brief example was working with a border guard. When I was going down to the United States, I pre-clear customs in Ottawa. And I was one of the lucky ones with my Nexus card. They have what's called a lottery. They pull you in the back just to check you out and make sure that you stay honest, so to speak. And I was actually coaching one of the border guards. So when he saw me, he went into the office of the man who was going to interview me and said, "Oh, is Donna coaching you too?" And he said, "I don't know what you're talking about." He says, "I'm not saying a word. You ask her to tell you what she does." So I walked in there and I said to him, "Hi." And he told me why I was there. And he said, "I'm supposed to ask you what you do." I said, "I would prefer to show you what I do." So he said, "Okay." He was a little bit nervous about this. So I said to him, "How long have you been a border guard?" And he said, 16 years. So I said, "Did you have a statement of work when you started your job?" And he said, "Yes, I did." So I said to him, "Okay, did the statement of work change over the 16 years that you're doing this job?" He said, "Yes, because I've been promoted, so there have been some changes." So I said, "Wonderful. What has changed about you within the context of the job that you do? Has there been a defining moment, something that shifted how you think about the work that you do?" So he looked me in the face and said, 9/11. And I said to him, "Okay, so tell me what the shift was." He said, "I'm up at night wondering if I let a terrorist into the country. I never had those fears before." I said, "That's where my work begins. We identify them, and you're so aware when they emerge and their ugly head rises up that you make decisions in spite of it, but not through it." And he said, "How much time do you have?" I said, "Half hour before I have to get on a plane, and I did not have my coffee yet." So he said, "I'll get you coffee. I'm taking off the half hour. Could you just talk with me?" And I worked with him for half an hour, got on my plane, and I went to my my final destination, so to speak.
It does not get much better than that.
No, and this is my everyday. Every day there are massive shifts with the people that I work with.
And your podcast is on the ICPA website, and the title is?
It's shadow coaching, the inside out approach, I believe is what they're going to be calling it. So I'm not quite sure what the final title is, but it is about the shadow coaching people in very complex environments.